Today on Builder Nation, we are talking about Vayu Robotics, a company pushing the boundaries of AI-driven autonomy by combining advanced artificial intelligence with innovative sensing technology. They are making autonomous robots more adaptable and cost-efficient, from delivery solutions to scalable vision systems. Their work is setting new standards in robotics. Stay with us as we explore how they are making automation smarter and more accessible. Today, we are joined by Raj Shettigara, Vice President of Engineering at Vayu Robotics. Welcome, Raj. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks a lot, Takshaf. That was such a nice intro. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you to you. So I want to start to talking about your professional background. Your career has spanned various roles in software engineering and management. What inspired your move into the field of autonomous robotics with Vayu Robotics?
Let me start with my background so that may help you to understand how this progression happened. By education, I majored in adaptive signal processing, semiconductor, and communication engineering. I am really passionate about all of them, and I am mesmerized by its impact on our day-to-day life to make our life better and safer.
Mm-hmm.
When I got out of the school, there was a first analog to digital transformation, which is in the audio world. I designed many products around the audio, including the digital answering machine. Then I moved on to the video, where it took the same path of analog to digital transformation. I designed the flat screen displays, flat screen TVs, also called the smart TVs of the contemporary world. Then I moved on to change the link between the content and the display. So that's where people known as like HDMI, DisplayPort, USB, Thunderbolt, and so on. When I was working on that, I also figured the copper media, meaning the cable, can't provide enough bandwidth. That's where I started working on the optical communication. I designed the fiber optic communication products and the active fiber optic cables for the data center. So basically, my career span on different domains: the consumer electronics, enterprise, automotive, healthcare, and the various industries. I was like proficient in understanding what they need and how to make a product which is custom fit for them. When I was working on this optical communication, that's why my segue into my last job, which was Velodyne LiDAR, which became a household name because of self-driving technology. I led the engineering to design various generations of the LiDAR product, which is specifically used for the depth sensing. Mm-hmm. While I was working on the Velodyne LiDAR, I was always curious why the robotics are not entrenched into our household yet. Mm-hmm. And we are looking into various things, what may make sense, and that's what it led to the Vayu Robotics. So at Vayu Robotics, we have the sole focus of making a viable solution for the delivery market. We are going to dive into different details of that. So as we are building the bot, we also realize we have to make our own sensors. That's what is called Vayu Sense. Mm-hmm. The Vayu Sense, what we see on our website, it not only sees the thing around it, but it can also identify water, ice, snow, oil on the road surface, thereby enabling us to detect a slippery road conditions, which is very unique, which I believe only Vayu can do such technology in the contemporary world.
Wow, yeah, that's crazy. I was checking the website and I watched about the YU Sense, the YU one, also the about the delivery and everything, and it's impressive what you all do in YU because I was like seeing the comparison how you see with YU and how you see with other, and it's totally different. It's more like high definition. You can have a high definition with a little camera. It's crazy.
That's true. That is
Yeah,
true. That is
and I want yeah.
that's exactly true.
Yeah, and I want to talk about the, as I told you, the YU robotic that you use for delivery. What sets YU apart from other companies in the autonomous delivery space?
I will give a little background about this robotics in general, so that can answer this precisely. Your question of what we do exclusive from the other herd. So, if you look into the robotics world today, specifically the mobility bot in the consumer space, there is always a question of acceptance. Is it really required? Is it really going to help me? Will it going to make my life better? So what I'm trying to infer here is there is a lack of acceptance in the consumer world about such technology. According to me, there are like three major reasons. The first one is commercial, the second one is behavioral or psychological, and the third one is the technology itself, meaning the readiness of the technology. I'll briefly touch upon each of these things that will help you to understand why we are where we are today. The first one, I talked about the commercial or the business reason. I'll explain this with an example. So today, I think most of the North American and Western world, the vacuum cleaner is synonymous with the Roomba robot because there is a clear definition of what it can do to me and at what cost. I know the Roomba can do my house cleaning and the cost is reasonable. And that led to a huge commercial success for the Roomba robot. So that's what I'm trying to say. There has to be value proposition at a reasonable cost. That's the first reason. We at Vayu Robotics, we think we have a unique solution that can address this issue. The second one I talked about, the behavioral or the psychological issue. Today we are very happy with the Roomba robot because we think it is very small. It goes at a very slow speed. What it means to us as a human is the threat is very minimal, meaning I can cope up with the injury or the damage in case of a problem. So we are very convinced even if the Roomba is going to hit me, I'm not going to die. In other words, the accident will not be fatal. It's the same thing true if it hits a sofa or a wall, I can manage. It is not going to cost me thousands of dollars or millions of dollars to fix it. So that is the confidence what we have, and hence we coexist with the small robot like Roomba today. So this is the psychological or behavioral problem, right? The perceived threat should be manageable. So we should be convinced we are safe around such a bot. So that is a perfect segue how we are going to address this in the Vayu Robotics context. If you look around today, Taksha, lot of people without blink, they ride a bike. So that is because we know a typical biker riding on a bike is not a threat for me. So hence, I don't even think twice to ride the bike. It's the same thing true for the e-scooter, same thing true for the skateboard. We are all convinced the injury in case of a collision is not going to be a detrimental either to a living or a non-living things around such the device or a biker or a e-scooter or a skateboarder. That is the premises of Vayu Robotics, making a bot whose size and the weight and the speed is comparable to a typical biker riding on the bike. The Vayu robot, if you have seen on our website, it has a size of 2 foot width, 2 foot in length, and 2 foot in width, 4 foot in the length, and 4 foot in the height, which is typical size of a biker riding on a bike. And the mass or the weight is around 250 pounds, and we limit the max speed into 15 miles per hour, which is the typical speed for the biker. So this is the second issue what we address. Society is willing to accept the accident and thereby the damage caused by the typical biker riding on a bike at 10 to 15 miles per hour. So we took the same path to make sure we are not a threat to the society, make sure that people are safe around our board. And the byproduct of this, we are using the bike lane. I'm sure you have noticed bike lane wherever it is available, it is sparingly used. That means we can improve the efficiency of the bike lane usage. The other advantage is maneuvering through bike lane. We truly believe it is easier compared to going on a sidewalk or sharing the lane with other bigger vehicles. So that is the third advantage we have. By having a bot whose size and a speed comparable to a biker and utilizing the bike lane infrastructure, we truly believe we can ensure the consumers we are not threat to the society, we are safe, we are ready to coexist with the society. The third part, which is the technology, the readiness of the technology, which is also crucial. We all know how the ChatGPT and the DeepSeek sort of shook the world in the recent past or in the last couple of years. That is because there is a lot of innovation was done in the artificial intelligence and machine learning field, and that really enabled us to make a bot in that size and in that weight. So today we can take a chip from the company, the only company in the world which is making a buzz, which is NVIDIA. So we can build our entire bot using a single chip from the companies like NVIDIA, which was almost impossible a few years back. It is accessible, it is ready for production, and anybody can take it and make any product of their imagination at a reasonable cost. And other factor, which is the power, the amount of power it requires to operate this kind of devices. The power is minimum, the heat dissipation less. So what it means is I can take almost all the energy of the battery and I can use it for the application what it is intended for. So these are the things which really helped us to develop this technology, and we truly believe we addressed all the contemporary issues which is a hindrance for the success of mobile robot.
Yeah, well, I was hearing you and I start to understand that this process, this mix of things could be really complicated, but at the same time is to make our lives easier, like to, as you said, to have to be safe around humans, to help for something that you need, as we said, that why you want that do the delivery. But I want to know, how did you balance the cost, power consumption, and battery efficiency when you are designing these robots?
Oh, that's a very good question, Taksha. So that leads to my next topic, which is the cost. So if you're building the bot, whether it is a delivery or any other application, it has to make sense in terms of the business, meaning the value proposition and the cost has to be on par with the consumer expectation. So today, if you are building a bot, there are multiple items which poses as expensive part. Um, One of the part which is like truly may become expensive is the sensor. I'll take a step back and I'll explain what I mean by that. So we as a human, we have senses. We all have five senses to perceive the world around us. So we have eyes to see, we have ear to hear, we have nose to smell, we have tongue to taste, and we have skin to feel. And whether it's good or bad, to perceive the world and to infer a spontaneous decision, we use all these sensory organs. And it is fast, and that's why we make quick decisions, and that's why our reflex is so fast. When we build the bot, unfortunately, we can't perceive the world the way the human perceives. So what we try to do is we have a unique approach of perceiving the world only through the vision, meaning only through a sensor which can see the world similar to what we see through our eyes. And that's what we designed as a Vayu sense. And so why it is important? We as a human, we don't even blink twice to drive in the late night. Even in the pitch dark, we can distinguish between a living and a non-living thing. And we have a little hesitation going through a construction zone, meaning maneuvering through maybe wet concrete or orange cones or heavy duty vehicles, or even around the traffic police are redirecting the traffic. So all of these things are natural to us. And mimicking the same behavior through the sensors, which is specifically man-made sensor, is really a tall order, and it is definitely it is challenging. Hence, what we decided is, for our autonomy purpose or for robotic purpose, we design a sensor which is a Vayu sense, which is similar to the human eyes. We can see the world, we can perceive the depth, and we can take a decision based on what is around the bot. And for a safety purpose, we use other sensors in case the Vayu sense or we couldn't see the world around us. The other sensors guarantee a safe maneuvering of our bot. So this is the sort of idea behind automation, meaning autonomy, and the safety in the process of architecture and designing the Vayu One, which is our bot. So this is a broad background how we address your question of the cost and the power. So since our entire bot runs on single SoC from NVIDIA, and our bot has only Vayu sense around us for the perception. So this is a key factor in the reduction of the power. Because we consume less power, we can use the additional or the misused power for the autonomy or for driving our bot through a long range. So basically, we made sure that bot requires minimal required sensor and minimal required compute power. Hence, we optimize the cost and we optimize the power consumption. We pretty much use almost all the required or available battery power for the mobility purpose.
Wow, yeah, that's crazy. And I was thinking when you were talking that not maybe, for sure you faced a lot of challenges during all this time developing this, integrating these low-cost passive sensors in these autonomous robots, because it's really innovative. But where do you think that was the primary challenge you faced during this integration, and how did you overcome them?
So there are like multiple challenges as you all can see it or visualize it. The primary one always when you're a small company, which is not a buzzword around you, it becomes very hard to engage with the bigger companies. So, for example, when we started looking into the parts, we really wanted to engage with all the known names like the Nvidia, the Qualcomms, and so on and so forth. So it was definitely challenge to engage with the big known name companies in a constructive way because they really don't believe another group of two or three people can create the next big thing. So basically, that perception of the company and the founder and the founding engineers really matters. How well you can engage and what are your leverage to have a commercial engagement with the other parties. So the good news is, I was in the valley for a long time, so I know a lot of the companies. So we have gone through the pain, but it was a manageable or a bearable pain. It was not really hard.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I can imagine.
Of course, because we are not a big, huge volume consumer, the cost will also become additional factor. It is not only procuring the part and procuring the parts at a premium price because we are not really giving a huge order. So these are the two things. I think it is a continuous challenge for a small group of people who wants to build something from the ground up, specifically if it is related to the hardware.
Yeah, and now with this like this background that you had, the challenge that you face since the beginning, and now maybe you are facing others, what will be your advice for the new entrepreneurs that are starting to build their companies, or or maybe they are not start yet because they have like a little of fear to start with this? What will be your advice for them?
So the crux of the problem is not everybody can become an entrepreneur. So I always say the entrepreneurs are a different breed. They have a different genes. The fact of the matter is entrepreneurs are truly passionate and they always have a purpose bigger than their life. So if you have a purpose and if you truly believe in a cause, I'm sure nothing can stop an entrepreneur from achieving their dream or the goal. So it is the passion, it is the purpose which drives and which wakes them out of the bed and literally make them to run into the office and ask them to uh, uh, do whatever they do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and now to finish with this interview, looking in the future, what are the strategic priorities now for Vayu Robotics in maybe the next 5 years, especially in terms of technological advancements and market expansion?
So I have only one goal, Taksha, after talking to you. I would like you to order your burrito or your soda through Vayu Robot one of these days. That is our purpose and that is our goal. Keeping that aside, we truly want to make sure the Vayu 1, which is our robot, is synonym with the mobile robot. Just like what I said in the beginning of the conversation, today Roomba is a synonymous with the vacuum cleaner. We really want to create similar analogy here. I want to make sure that whenever people talk about mobile robot, they think about and they talk about Vayu robot, Vayu.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure that will happen for sure, because as I told you, I was checking the website, I was checking the work that you all do in Wire Robotics, and I think you just have many things. You have the sensor, you have the Y1, you have everything. So I think, and it's in a good, as I told you, I see the difference between the how you see with Wayu and how you see with others, and it's totally different. Like the definition is super good. So I'm sure that that will happen. And I want to thank you, Raj, for being here to be part of Builder Nation. I know that this conversation will help many people out there that want to start to build a company or want to have the little push to start with something. And I want to thank you for that. Do you have any social media or website that you would like to share?
Sure, Taksha. So please look into our website www.vayurobotics.com. We have three products there. One is the Vayu Sense, which can be used as a 3D depth sensor with many different advantages like detecting the material properties. The second one is the Vayu Drive, which is a autonomy software stack. The third one is the integration of the Vayu Sense and the Vayu Drive, which is called the Vayu One, which is a mobile robot from the Vayu Robotics, which is our company.
Yeah, thank you so much. And for everybody that is watching, be sure to visit our website, buildernation.io, and subscribe here to our channel. You can also connect with us on LinkedIn by following Builder Nation for the latest updates and exclusive content. Thank you all for being part of this amazing community. We will see you in the next episode. And thanks again to Raj for joining us today.
Thanks a lot, Taksha. You're a great host.
Thank you.